Hello, beautiful souls. Today I'm going to share with you some powerful messages that came through in a Q&A with the guides. And some of the topics we're going to look at are so relative to this COVID-19 outbreak that I really wanted to share them with you because I feel like it will bring us great comfort, also give us direction about going forward and what we want to see on the other side of COVID-19. So the questions, one was about renewable energy. One was asking, can one person really make a difference in the world when it seems like the light workers aren't gathering together as one group? One was on dying and suffering and the meaning of suffering, especially in the death process. Another one about life purpose. And one from a 21-year-old who was feeling very sad and afraid about her future because her friends are also negative about the future. And she's feeling like she wants to be a mom someday and really afraid that all the prophecies may come true that were predicting doom and gloom. So these are some of the answers that I'm going to share today that are just, as I said, so profound, so relevant to what we're going through right now. So stay tuned. I'm going to put them on the screen so you can read along if you like to do that as well. And I will be right back with these beautiful answers from the guides. Okay, so here's the first question. Will the governing authorities of the world realize that we must turn to alternate sources of renewable energy now and stop stripping our earth of its natural resources? And this person who writes this question is feeling doom and very sad about our ocean friends and what we're doing to the earth. And here is the answer. It is an honor and a pleasure to be called before you this day to answer this question. And so it is we say to you, dear one, that the way of the world is not that the governments make decisions to be honorable and righteous, but that the people of the world make demands of the governments so that they have no other choice. With this oil spill that this person was talking about, people are crying out. The people are making demands of the government of the day that the company responsible for this devastation be held responsible. Thus, you see the huge fines that are being laid out to this company. Knowing that the governing responses will not happen without the outcry and the demands of the people that things change, that their beautiful earth not be destroyed for the sake of a false economy that is tabled around the oil industry. For indeed there are many other choices that will come forward in the days and years ahead. This will happen more and more rapidly as the people of the earth make demands that a more sustainable and healthier version of energy resources for all come forward. And so we say to you, to rest your heart in the knowing that this great disaster was necessary to wake up humanity. It was necessary to create the ire in people that they would make demands of the governments that things change. It was necessary to look at the way the operations of pulling oil from your earth have been functioning for the last many, many decades. And so, indeed, it is time for it to stop. And it can stop in a moment because so many alternatives are available. It is up to the people of the earth to make demands for the alternatives to be brought forward. There are stories that lie in truth about alternatives being destroyed so that the oil industry could survive. No longer shall that be tolerated, and no longer shall that be appropriate for the way of the earth. It is time for new ideas to be supported as they come forward. And it is time for the truth to be revealed around the secrets that have been held from humanity for so long. Stay out of fear as you see new resources coming forward. For some, they may seem unreal, may seem almost like magic, but the truth is that they are based on simple principles that have been available to humanity for many, many years. They have been kept secret and hidden, so that the powering forces could maintain control using fear and lack. Yours is a society that is ready to shift to one of abundant thinking, to shift to prosperity for all. It is going to change. It seems that an empire must fall before a new one may be built based on different standards. Believe us when we tell you that the oil spill was a less harmful alternative than what Mother Earth could have done if she had to use her power to bring about this understanding in a more aggressive manner. As you see the devastation, also understand that it was once again Gaia, Mother Earth, showing compassion for humanity in the way that this has been brought about. For as devastating as this has been, the cost to humanity and to human life has been minimized. Now we ask that humanity return the act of compassion by demanding that alternatives be found for sources of energy. And so it is that we leave you now with the deepest gratitude for the privilege of sharing this information with you, and we hope that it has given you some understanding of this situation. So I'm sharing that because they're talking about the truth that change will only happen in government and with organizations that hold a lot of power when the people demand the change. They're not going to give up willingly and say, oh, we're just going to start sharing our money more. So it's for us to think about as we come out of this time of isolation. Do we really want to go back to the way everything was? Or can we use this as an opportunity to bring change about what we were asking in the world from this moment forward? Because I believe that that's a big part of what this is about. It's about us coming back to stillness and having time to think about what we really want in the world and what we want our life to look like. And then if we are seeking change, for us to speak out. There's many organizations that you can sign up to that actually are very productive in bringing change when the people stand behind them. So I'm sharing things here for us to know that we can make a difference and for us to think about the difference that we want to make on the other side of this. So here's the next question. Can actions taken by individuals so scattered around the earth make a difference in saving the very planet that nurtures and sustains us, physically, emotionally, spiritually? And here's the answer from the guides. Greetings, dear one. What a delightful question you have asked, for it is a question with an answer that will benefit many, and it is a question that so many are asking at this time. Many of you who are what we would call light workers or way showers are existing on your own, it would seem, without being involved in any particular doctrine or church. At the same time, we see your strong spiritual beliefs and a great desire to offer your spiritual services to humanity. Because you have not gathered as one doctrine, it can feel like you are not having any impact and not able to support the earth. In truth, every soul on the earth who has the desire to support humanity and to support Mother Nature as she transitions in these new times is offering loving energies to the ethers. These energies are magnified as they connect with others who are doing the same. You may not consciously share your intentions with them, yet you will find in your life, in your field, so to speak, that others are offering the same loving blessings, yet none of you are aware of what the others are doing. And so we say to you, dear one, it may appear as though energies are scattered. It may appear as though the earth is in some ways falling apart, for there is much change that is happening on the earth at this time. But we wish you to understand that these changes are not unplanned confusion. These changes are divine chaos, which always happens before a repatterning can take place. Indeed, there is a repatterning happening on the earth at this time, and this is not the first time for this to happen on this planet. If you do some research, you will find that your scientists are discovering that the magnetic poles of the Earth are indeed shifting. Whenever this happens, and it has happened many times before on the Earth, there is also a change in the life forms on the Earth, where they exist, how they exist, if they exist. It always brings about change. This time, it is bringing about great flooding and great fires because the whole atmosphere of the Earth is changing, and the temperature of the Earth is changing. As a result, it seems that there is great chaos in the Earth at this time. But, as always, there is a divine plan in the chaos. And, as always, the chaos allows the energy to be scrambled up where it will, in time, settle into a new pattern of divine perfection, a new pattern that will allow humanity to live and exist on the Earth in a way that has never happened before. A new pattern that is allowing the very DNA, the very genetic makeup of the human being to change for the first time ever while the human being remains on the Earth. And so we say to you, dear one, that through the eyes of ignorance, and by that we mean through the eyes that do not have the understanding of the divine plan at work, it can seem as though things are falling apart and scattered. From a divine perspective that we are fortunate enough to come from, we say to you that everything is as it should be. Your impact as a human, with the desire to support and nurture and love Mother Earth, is never wasted. Your loving feelings and desire to be support for the Earth are felt with the great magnitude, dear one. Every being on the Earth is a blessing, and those who offer their great love and support are felt to the very depths of the planet. Your earthly mother recognizes your loving intention. We encourage you to continue with your thoughts of support, but continue without worry that your earthly mother is being destroyed. Instead, we would ask you to continue loving her and supporting her in the knowing that everything is perfect just as it is. As you see floods and you feel despair for those who are living through that situation, maintain your compassion and understanding. And please understand that the souls who appear to be suffering through these conditions have joined up on another level. On a spiritual level, they have signed up to have these experiences. And these experiences bring all of humanity together. Humans are beings of compassion when residing within the heart, and your compassion brings the world together. When you see the floods and you have compassion for those who are going through such conditions, and you open your hearts to them, you are bringing the world together. And that is beautiful divine grace that is happening in the chaos. The chaos is part of the great shift that is occurring in these times. It has the benefit of opening humans to be more loving toward each other. And at the same time, human beings are becoming more compassionate toward themselves. This is part of the great leap out of troubled times that humans have been experiencing for eons and eons of time on this earth. For as you have compassion for yourselves, you will see that humans will no longer tolerate dictatorship, will no longer tolerate politicians and religions dominating their lives and repressing them. As you go through these times, and as humans open up their hearts to love themselves, you will learn that what you have been taught to believe as selfish is leading the new earth. And a side note that I made here, the guides once told me that we should take the word selfish out of our language because what appears as selfishness is actually need. And only when that need is filled up for ourselves are we truly giving. We must be self-full in order to be truly generous without expectation of anything in return, which is what true giving is. So back to their message. You must love yourselves. You must love yourselves free. It is the only way to be free. And then you can love one another with pure, open hearts. All this is transforming on the earth at this time. These are very powerful, magnificent times that humans are going through. And so we say to you that along with this great repatterning is the power of your thoughts. As you are hearing in movies such as The Secret and in channeled entities such as Abraham, the message is out there. It is the absolute truth that your thoughts are very powerful in these times. There are some who have not yet learned to manage their thoughts, so that they may be creating love and joy in their lives, and so they seem to be spinning indeed and falling quickly into despair. They could just as easily pull themselves out of despair if they were to pay attention to the mind and to turn their fears into joy and love with their thoughts. We understand in the beginning that this can be very challenging. What we encourage humans to do is simply have a plan for thinking delightful thoughts all day long. When you wake up in the morning, promise yourself that 20 times in the day you will take even just a minute to create some beautiful, loving thoughts. Perhaps you have a plan of bringing a new partner into your life, and so for a minute, 20 times a day, you will remember to take time to see yourself meeting this beautiful, loving partner, and to feel how excited you are to tell your friends about this person, to feel how perfect it feels to be together. This is how you can turn it around, dear ones. Have one intention that you will focus on. As you do this more and more, you will learn how to turn your thoughts around and how to pay attention to your thoughts. This would be of great benefit to humans at this time because you are powerful creators. We wish nothing for you but the creation of joy and love and happiness and prosperity. It is what you came here for. It is what you deserve. You deserve it because you are existing on this earth. You need no other reason to deserve it. And so indeed, dear ones, you are making a difference on this earth. Everyone is making a difference on this earth. Some are what you would call beneficial, and some are feeding into the fear. We are watching. We are celebrating because we see the human game board. We see the beautiful sparkling energies upon this earth that we so adore. And we see your great success in moving forward in love and grace and joy. And so we rejoice. We encourage you to call upon us whenever you feel lonely, whenever you feel lost, whenever you feel that you cannot see the path before you. Call upon us. We will be at your side. All you have to do is open your heart to see us. Open your heart to hear us. Open your heart and say yes to life, for it is as beautiful as you choose to make it, and so it is. And so that message as well, I felt was very powerful for us at this time. And I want to tell you now, I'm going to read a couple of more messages, but I will let you know now that what I am reading from is available for free on my website, and I will put the information in the description below for you to be able to access this book, because there's much more than what I'm sharing here right now. And at the end, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about how this came about, and something that I find quite magnificent about these messages and how much they relate to this now moment. So I'll go to the next message that I want to read, the next question and answer. So here's the next one. What is everyone's overall life purpose? What I mean is, what are we here to experience? Also, what is my individual life purpose? Being 21 years old, and I assure you that the answer to this is very powerful for everyone, not just for the questioner. Being 21, I'm at an age where a few of my friends are talking about how negative our future looks, and I try to brush it off since I've always been quite sensitive and it can be difficult. I feel at a loss sometimes and pretty depressed. My inner being knows that I should be happy and live in the moment, but I can't help but wonder if these negative prophecies are true. I'm scared that I will not be able to be a mother, something I very look forward to. I have a lot more life to live. I feel that I'm wasting it, worrying about the future, and it's affecting my way of life and my relationships because I get very sad and scared sometimes. And here's what the guides have to offer. And so it is, dearest beautiful daughter of the light, that it is our greatest honor to come before you this day. For we see indeed your troubled heart, and we see indeed your state of worry, and we say to you that what happens on this planet, each soul has chosen. Each soul is residing in the perfect place for the choices that they have come to experience. Some are experiencing hardship, and some are experiencing ecstasy and joy. Those who understand that the world is what they make it through their own understanding and their own envisioning are residing in a place of deep peace. Those who are living in fear, not understanding that the world is a creation of the human mind, are those who are also buying into the fears that your government projects onto you, and indeed living troubled lives. They are buying into the illusion. And so, to back up, we say to you that we see your life unfolding with glory and grace. We see you being a mother holding your first newborn child. We see you living the contentment and joy of raising a family and being all that you came to be. And all this comes about from choosing love in all your thoughts, in all your reflecting upon the world. We are not saying that you simply love those around you and you choose not to judge, but to see love in the world. There are two basic emotions, love and fear. Your governments have actually been manipulating mankind for hundreds of years to keep people in a state of fear, so that humanity is kept from a state of empowerment. As a result, when you think about what you see when you watch television, and what you read in the papers, and what people choose to talk about, the negativity has become so second nature that people do not even realize that it is what they are choosing to see. And we say to you that it is an illusion, so why not make it a happy illusion? Everything you see is a creation of your thoughts. For example, when a woman is pregnant, suddenly she sees pregnant women all around her. Her focus is there so that what she notices is pregnant women. You buy a red car and suddenly you notice all kinds of red cars. It is that which you are focusing on that you see in the world. So we invite you to do this little scenario with us. Allow your imagination to fall into this. You are going to a party where you don't know anyone. You are invited by one person. She is going to meet you there. You don't know if she will be there when you get there, and you are, in your thoughts, very anxious. You're not sure if you will be able to talk to anyone. You are not sure if people will be friendly to you when you enter the room. You're not sure if it's really your kind of party. Now imagine yourself going into that room and think about how you feel. Think of how you walk into the room. What are your thoughts as you enter the room? Where do you go as you enter? What do you do? Are you nervous? Unsure if you will have a good time? Now change your thoughts. Same scenario, only this time think, I know people are going to be really friendly. I'm sure there will be other friends of hers there. That is how we can start a conversation. I'm sure that as I walk into the room, people will introduce themselves to me and invite me into their conversations. Allow these positive thoughts to flow into your mind. Now, again, imagine yourself walking into the room. Does it feel different? Do you see how different it is? It is all from your perspective. And so it is, dear one, when you look out into the world, it is the exact same thing. If you choose to see a world of peace and a world that is transforming into love and don't buy into the fear, then your life will unfold according to your vision. Indeed, there are many transformations happening on the earth at this time. But these transformations, this chaos that so many are witnessing right now, is turning the earth into a higher resonance. There is divine order in everything that is happening now. In order for it to happen, the earth needs to transform. The chaos needs to destroy the old patterns so that the new patterns may arise. For those who choose to buy into fear, the world is ending. For those who choose to buy into love, the world is transforming into something more beautiful than you have ever imagined. You are moving from a third-dimensional reality into a fifth-dimensional reality. And the higher you vibrate, the more love resonance you are living within. The more love resonance you are living within, the more joy and peace and oneness exists in this world. And that is what you are heading for. That is what is happening in these times. We encourage you not to buy into the thoughts of those who see the world ending and being destroyed. All that is ending is a third-dimensional reality, and in its place, something much more beautiful is unfolding. Yours is a heart and an essence that indeed belongs in the higher vibration of the fifth dimension. And so if you find that your friends are pulling you down, we say to you that in these times, many are finding that friends are changing as they change. You need to be surrounded by people who are similar in your vibration and thus belief systems. In order for you to move into the comfort of the heart, that nurturing feeling of being with those who understand what you think, you may find yourself choosing friends who see light rather than darkness, who see love rather than fear. We hope that these words will bring peace into your heart, for the world is not ending, only fear. Fear and ego do not go easily, but love will outshine them in every situation. Open your heart to the love. Allow your mind to see the love that is unfolding, and remember to create from love. Ask yourself always, are my thoughts coming from fear or love? What would love do in this situation? Those two simple questions can change your life in a profound and dramatic way. And so, to answer your question about what are humans here to do, what are humans here to experience? It is to experience that love and to grow as a soul being. The earth is a school. And the opportunity to grow is much greater on the earth than it is on the higher planes, because the challenges are much deeper. And so you will find, when your time has come and you pass over the veil, that you are residing in the juices of peace, and it is beautiful, and it is radiant, and it is a slower learning, because there is so much love surrounding you. On the earthly plane, the teaching is so much more powerful. It is harder to endure, and there are times when it may seem you can't endure it, but we say, you are here with a purpose, and yours is to be love, to resonate love, to show others the way. When you choose to vibrate with the essence of love, and to vibrate higher and higher, those who are watching you will also be prompted to change their thoughts and to follow you. Each soul on the planet at this time is instrumental in allowing the transformation to take place. Each soul who is called back to the light is like 1,000 souls awakening. As you are pulled into the light, your soul radiates into the world, and 1,000 other souls are illumined by your mere presence on the earth. And so, your purpose is to be. It is to be and to grow, and to recognize that your vision creates the world, and to know that love is the answer, the key. It is the key to this transformation. It is the key to what you have come to do. It is the key to a life of joy. And so it is our hope that you will choose to resonate in this vibration of love with all your thoughts and all your doings. When you see your friends full of fear, fear that their lives may end far too soon, fear that the planet is being destroyed and falling apart, stay in love. Understand that they are seeing the world from their fearful perspective and rise above that. Know that the world is just transforming. In order for a new order to come about, there needs to be chaos. Your way of being needs to be shaken up and rattled out of the old way, so that when it settles again, it is a whole new system. That is what is transforming on the earth at this time. We wish you the deepest blessings, and we thank you for honoring us by calling us this day. We thank you for your beautiful Creator light on this earth. We look forward to seeing those beautiful new creative beings of light who will someday be birthed through you to exist on the new earth, the earth of the fifth dimension. Their hearts will be light and full of joy because the earth is transforming into that. And so it is, beloved, and so it is. I find that to be just such a beautiful and powerful message. And I'm glad you're still here at this point to hear that message. And I have one more to share that was asked actually by a friend of mine when her father was dying, and he was experiencing a lot of suffering in the dying process, and she just couldn't understand it. And I feel that the answer that came through to this question will be very supportive for people now who are losing loved ones through COVID-19, or in Nova Scotia, where I'm from, where they had the mass shooting and 22 people were lost, that anyone who is suffering the loss of loved ones will find great comfort in this message. And I feel that for all of us, it will give us awareness and knowing of how we can be with others when they are going through suffering, or if they are going through loss, and able to offer hope and encouragement to that situation. So there's one more here. I know this is getting to be a long video, but I'll share that one, and then I will let you know more about this video and how you can attain it. Actually, I realize there's two more Q&As that I want to share. So I'm going to end this video here and do a separate video with the other two, so it won't be too long. So thanks for listening and watching. And I also want to let you know that I'm currently offering daily love notes for my mailing list. So 5 days a week you get a meme that's full of inspiration, and then a channeled message from the guides that so many people, I've just started offering these recently, and for now I'm offering them for free. And a lot of people are writing me wanting to know how they can make a donation, expressing how much they appreciate them, because they really are making a difference for people as we're in this time of isolation. So I just want to let you know that that's available if you would like to do that. And also I will share with you now that these messages that I've read to you on this recording were actually gathered in the year 2010. It's a book that I offer for free on my website. If you email me, I will send it to you, or just use the contact page on my website and I will send it to you, and I'll put the link below to my website. It was when I really came to trust and know my abilities as a channel. I had already been channeling for, probably about 7 years before I did this. And I was just so conscious of not wanting to lead people astray. And the channeling came so easy to me that I really doubted it for a long time. And then at one point I was inspired to create a book by asking people to send me questions, and I would channel the answers. And I got so much feedback from people when I sent them the answers, that the answers felt so powerful to them, resonated so much. Some people felt like they had a healing with the answers, that it was when I came to really trust my abilities as a channel. But what I found incredible is that just yesterday someone requested the book, and so I sent it to him, and And then I just thought, oh, I'm going to just go and have a look at this book, because I said to him when I sent the email, it's written a few years ago, but I'm sure you'll find something worthwhile in it. And then when I went back and read it, I just couldn't believe how significant the messages are for the time that we are in right now with this COVID-19 isolation. And the messages, I really believe, because when they come from the guides, time is not linear like it is here for us. And the guides hold such a broad vision, and they deliver that broad vision in the messages, so that the answers that come through in these beautiful messages really are powerful for us right now. And so I'm happy to be able to share them for free as a PDF that I will send you if you contact me, so that you can read them over and over and really allow them to support you in this time of change. And so the next video that I'll do will be two. One of them is from a young woman who knew she was dying, and she asked a question about that, and the answer is really beautiful. And then another one from a friend whose dad was suffering in the death process, and another very beautiful message about what that really meant for her dad. And as I said, great understanding for all of us. So thanks so much always for being present for these videos. I appreciate you so much, and I am so delighted to know that we're here together, and together we're making a change on this earth. Each one of us who brings in a vision for the new future, we are creating this new earth together. And other messages that come through share again that we really are creating our new earth with every thought, with every moment. So let's be aware and be conscious and create a new earth that's full of love. Okay, my friends.